This video was brought to you by my channel members. Join the channel today for exclusive perks. Link in the description. A little while ago, myself, Grandpuff, and AceofTrains77 got into a little layout war, and this is what happened. Last week, we all posted tours of the layouts we made in the war. AceofTrain used Wooden Railway, while Grandpuff and I used Tomy, with the goal of recreating the Superstation. Since the stupid station is huge and has a lot of parts, we needed to establish some ground rules. The main ones were limits on the destinations we could use, and limits on the characters and the amount of rolling stock. After we laid down the rules, we all sat together in a call with a 45-minute timer, and this is what happened. Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. Go, start. AceofTrain immediately began working on getting Cranky set up on top of Tidmouth's sheds. I started slowly putting Tidmouth's sheds together. Grandpuff disappeared to the poop dimension to get Knapford Station ready. AceofTrain, who opted to use a Herald destination instead of a quarry, brought out the Sodor airfield to unbox it. Meanwhile, I got Cranky comfortably positioned over the roundhouse. Grandpuff got his double-wide iron bridges built and decided to split them up instead of having them side by side. AceofTrain got the Snow Tracks mountain in place as representation for Gordon's Hill, as well as placing track on top of Tidmouth's sheds. I got the suspension bridge in place and connected it to the docks before getting started on Gordon's Hill. Grandpuff, meanwhile, got his bridges in place. AceofTrain then had a question.
Are we allowed to use bumpy track?
Yes. Grandpuff was working on Tidmouth's sheds with the docks overhead, sadly off camera, but you could see the beginnings of Roller Coaster Mountain being set up. AceofTrain was starting to slow up progress and went to get more tracks. I'd gotten the entire race section completed as well as the quarry, and started working on connecting Tidmouth's sheds to the rest of the set. 15 minutes had gone by, and you could really see Grandpuff's layout starting to develop more, with Roller Coaster Mountain, Knapford Station, and his bridges already set up. AceofTrain still seemed to struggle a bit with where he wanted things to connect to. I had connected the line to run under the suspension bridge with the placement for the Steamworks shed finished. However, I was beginning to struggle myself with finding a place for Knapford Station. Then, it was Grandpuff's turn to ask a question.
Is it okay if I do this sort of thing?
Yeah, that's fine. As long as those connect up somewhere and with buffers, that's fine. Shortly after, AceofTrain also had a question.
Is this piece allowed to come in?
Which one?
This piece right here.
Is that Flexi Track?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
What?
That's fine.
Alright.
At this point, I realized Gordon's Hill would be better going down to pass under the suspension bridge. I attacked Knapford onto the side of the set and made it half terminus to save space. Grandpuff was still chugging along, working mostly off camera on the front and rear sides of his set. Meanwhile, AceofTrain still seemed to be a little stumped. Upon hearing 25 minutes were left, he went to grab some more track. 25 minutes.
What?
There's 25 minutes left.
Oh no!
I had repositioned the entrance to Tidmouth's sheds to run out back and around. The tunnel was where it needed to be, and I got the windmill line and quarry line connected back to the beginning of the hill. Soon after, I was ready to place the scenery around the set. Grandpuff unfortunately lost some time as the docks fell over on top of Tidmouth's sheds. AceofTrain was still trying to decide where things needed to go as time was rapidly slipping away. With 15 minutes left on the clock, I had finished my layout.
Alright, I'm done.
Grandpuff had moved Roller Coaster Mountain over and was getting the middle of his layout situated. AceofTrain, meanwhile, was still further behind than he had wanted to be. AceofTrain began to scramble. A rough idea was partially laid out, but there was still a lot of empty space between the lines. Grandpuff still had a little more to get done, but seemed to have everything a little more under control. Meanwhile, I sat down and enjoyed some time with Percy. AceofTrains was showing progress again, with a lot of destinations down and ready, just needing to connect things together. Grandpuff was making headway and was just about finished with his layout as well. I got a little hungry and ate some pizza. The war was almost over. Just over a minute was left, when AceofTrains asked for more time.
I need more time.
Work with what you got, man. You got a minute and a half.
Rick, alright, I'm gonna put a buffer to 2 minutes. Yeah, can we have more time?
Do you guys both need more time?
Yeah, let's do both need more time. Yeah, 15 extra minutes. I need 15. How about we get 10? I can't even, I don't even have everything connected right now. Please, can we have more time?
AceofTrains was still uncertain about a lot of things on his layout, but Grandpuff only needed about 5 minutes to make some final adjustments. So I compromised and gave a 10-minute extension, boosting the total amount of time to roughly 55 minutes. With a few more minutes added, Grandpuff took the opportunity to swap out one of his mini destinations. The Playrail J18 Ringing Crossing arrived in the mail for him, so he unboxed it and stuck it on his layout. After that, he was finished. AceofTrains had his camera in his layout, so we didn't get to see his thought process towards the end. However, he moved it in time for us to notice the Spiteful Brake Van and Scruffy had been included. Since Annie and Clarabelle were the only extra characters that we allowed, AceofTrains had to swap out Spiteful Brake Van and Scruffy for other non-character rolling stock. Shortly after that, the timer ran out and the war was over. Later on, we recorded and uploaded our layout tours for you all to see, and here's what they looked like. In the description of each of our tours, there was a link to a poll where you all voted on whose layout best represented the Superstation. The votes are in, and out of 226 total votes, the winner was MTI Thomas. The total voting amount saw AceofTrains 77 in third with 3.5% of the votes, Grandpuff in second with 35.4%, and myself in first with 61.1%. As the winner, the losers will be buying me a Thomas the Tank Engine mug. Honestly, it's a pretty big W. I'm a big hot tea drinker, so the mug will see plenty of use from me. Let's give a big round of applause for AceofTrains and Grandpuff. Their layouts are by no means anything to scoff at, and they deserve all the credit and recognition for them. Good job, guys. Whew, that was quite a lot to go through. Although there were some disagreements and rough patches during production of this collab, I definitely had my fair share of fun. Considering how well the initial layout tour videos did this past week, I'm open to doing more layout wars in the future, hopefully with some new creators as well. This is the first time I've ever done a group challenge style video, and it's been a lot of fun to work on. Let me know what you all thought of this collab and how it played out, and if there's any changes you want to see for next time. Before we end things off, I want to give a huge shout out to William Politsky, who I took heavy inspiration from when laying the groundwork for the rules and setups. I definitely recommend checking out the layout war he did with Roman's TWR Empire, Easy Caldy, and TWR Productions 4. Link in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't be a stinker, and have a great day.